Hi everyone, so this has been a really highly requested look. I put this on my Instagram and everyone was like, please do a tutorial, so I was like, okay. There's really not much to it. It's sort of like just a vintagey look. It's kind of cute. So I'm not going to make this a long intro or anything. I'm just going to get straight onto the video. I hope you guys like it. Okay, so I've already put my brows on. I used the MAC eyebrow pencil in Spite and I used the Makeup Forever Aqua Brow in the shade 30, I think it's dark brown, and then I concealed with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, wherever that is. It looks like that. The shade I used was medium dark warm, and then I've primed my lid with the Urban Decay Primer Potion as usual. I'm then going to use some of the MAC Strobe Cream and put it on before I put foundation on. It's just gives your skin a nice glow before anything goes on the skin. Okay, so I'm going to use my MAC 286 brush and I'm going to use the colour Espresso in the crease. I've got eyelash extensions in, so it's kind of hard to do eyeshadow, but I'm still going to do it. So I'm going to put this in the crease. This is a really good brush. I don't really hear people like using this brush. I just randomly saw it and I picked it up with MAC, but I think it's a really, really good brush. I'm going to use a random flat brush and use the colour Brule. This is going to go just on the lid. I'm going to pack it on. Oh my god, it's so hard. I'm going to have to like close my eyes. How do people with really long eyelashes do their makeup? Because I have like none in real life. You don't want to use a fluffy brush on the lid to get this colour on because the colour pigment won't come off. Like, you want it to be bold and pigmented, and if you use like a fluffy brush and try to put it on, you wouldn't get anywhere in life. I'm going to use the same Espresso colour with the same 286 brush and go back in the crease, but you just want to make sure it's just going in the crease and not in the lid. You want to make sure it's really precise, so I like tilt my head back and tilt the brush upwards like this, not like down. I go up and just make sure it's just in the crease. So then I'm going to go in with liquid eyeliner. This look is so easy. I'm going to use the black liquid eyeliner by the Balm. This is my favourite liquid eyeliner. Now with eyelash extensions this is like really hard, so bear with me. Okay, so eyeliner is done. If I didn't have eyelash extension in, I would use the Ardell Demi Wispy lashes, just because they'd complement the look really well. I'm going to move on to foundation. So I'm going to prime my skin with the Professional Primer by Benefit. I don't put this all over my face. I need to get new already. I don't put this all over my face, I just put it here because that's where my pores are. For foundation, I'm going to use the Lancome 24-hour foundation in the shade 055. This is hands down my favourite foundation ever at the moment. I'm going to use the Real Techniques buffing brush to blend that all in. I like to dot the foundation around the face first. So I sort of just tap it in, but swipe at the same time. It's so weird. I just sort of tap it. I like to make sure it's blended down my neck as well because this foundation isn't my exact match. It's actually quite pinky toned for me. But once I put concealer and everything else on, it turns out fine. And I also feel like after like a bit of time, it sort of like matches my skin tone. It doesn't say that it does that, but I feel like it does that. It's a bit weird. And then I'm going to use my Bobbi Brown corrector. This is in the shade Dark Peach. I use this under my eyes because I feel like I have bad dark under eye circles. So I put this on before my concealer. I use my beauty blender, sorry I know it's dirty, it needs washing, but whatever. I blend it in with my beauty blender. Then I use two different concealers. I use the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer around the face. So I put it here because when my foundation wears off, that's the first place it wears off. I put it here because I've got some scar from spots. Here because I've got a scar from when I burnt myself with the curlers. On my nose area and on my nose. Then I use the Urban Decay one, the Naked Skin, underneath my eyes because it's a little bit lighter but it's not too light. And I think I like this one more for the under eyes because it doesn't crease as much as the Nars. Although I still love the Nars one completely. Although I have really good skin, I do actually have some veiny areas in this area when I've got no makeup on. I'm not sure if you can tell on camera, but yeah, I have that. I'm using my Beauty Blender damp. I feel like it works better that way. So with the eyes, I like to blend one eye out first. As soon as I blended one eye, I like to set it with powder. I'm using the Mercier translucent powder. I'm not going to bake or anything, I'm just going to... The eye area is like the only place I really set, unless I'm having like an oily day, which doesn't really happen. I'm going to put a bit of mascara on the bottom lashes. I'm still using my little mini tester of the MAC False Eyelash Extreme Black Mascara. I still need to get a full one, but yeah, I'm using this. I'm going to use my MAC Mineralize foundation now in NW50. This is to contour, and I'm using my blusher brush by Body Shop. I've got a little on the back of my hand. Put it on the brush and like dot it around so there's not loads. I start on my forehead area, use it on my cheekbones also. I'm going to come to my nose a little bit. I'm going to use just this random flat brush. And use. I'm going to use my buffing brush and just buff it in a little bit. For highlight, I'm going to use my MAC Lustre Drops in Sun Rush. To blend it, I'm going to use my MAC 130 Dual Fiber brush and blend it in. Actually, just put a little bit on my forehead as well, like whatever's remaining on the brush. I feel like I've lost half of my brushes, like where even are they? I don't know where the brushes I normally use, but I'm just going to use my MAC 219, I think it is. It's kind of rubbed off, so I'm not sure. I'm going to use the mineralize by the Balm highlighter. I'm going to get it and put it a little bit on my cupid's bow. Get it on my finger, put a little bit on my nose. Put it in my inner corners of my eyes. For whatever's remaining from that, I like to put on my brow bone. I don't really normally highlight my brow bone really. And I'm going to use my MAC 224. There's a lot of MAC brushes today, I'm sorry about that. And then I'm going to put it on my cheekbones so I can literally like glow from space. Okay, I'm going to use my bronzing powder in matte bronze and use this Labelle brush. This is a really good brush because it really precisely gets in my cheekbones. So I get it on one corner and put it on like that. I'm going to use a blusher brush by them. I don't know if it's a blusher brush or it's a powder brush or whatever, but I'm going to use it for blusher. I'm going to use Melba by MAC. Put it on my cheekbones. I'm going to line my lips with this Colourpop lip pencil. This is in Fighter. Oh, what the fuck, it just broke on me. Okay, so my camera cut out, so I missed me putting on the cream lip. But as you can tell, they're really pigmented. I'll just swatch it for you so you can see properly like how pigmented it is. It just goes on like a dream. And at first it goes on glossy, but then it dries matte. Okay, to finish off the look, I'm just going to spray my face with MAC Fix Plus. I have to do this, like, because it just makes all the powders on your face look like skin and just makes it look like 10 times better. Okay, so this is the finished look. This was so highly requested on my Instagram and it was super easy. Like, there's nothing really to it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!